we are going to take you all to get baptised today, but not in here. We're going to go somewhere equally as special, to meet someone special. Food and the magic of food for us is about the people that make it. The love, the passion, the care and attention they put into their product for us and me really matters. It'd be like your grandmother's cooking. Nothing hits as hard as that. And the man we're gonna go meet today encapsulates that to a T. He's a brilliant individual. I think you guys are gonna love him, and the product, his story, and how he goes about his business, I've not seen anything quite like it. So on that note, let's go and get baptised here in Bushy in the art of pizza. Come with. And there it is, look. It's amazing how something so unassuming, so small, can deliver such an incredible product. Yeah, it's nice to be back. Feels good, and I'm really excited to have a chat and a catch up with Tom here in Bushy at Vincenzo's. Let's do it. Oh dear, it's good to be back.
Hello mate, how you doing?
Tom, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good, you alright?
I'm excited for this. Right, that's what we're going to do.
Well, that's the pizza, but
yeah.
I fancy a pint.
Fancy a pint?
Yeah.
Be rude not to win it. Well, cheers Tom for having us. I'm really looking forward to today. We touched on it at the beginning, but for me this is a holy experience coming to your shop. Let's start things off with a Guinness and have a discussion about where it all started.
Alright, so where did it all start? First thing was in my garden. I built a brick oven.
Yeah.
Built like a Neapolitan dome oven. I went to Naples, and I was just looking at the ovens, getting in the chef's way basically. Every shot I'll be having a look at that oven. How is it built? Can I have a look? And then come back for I have to build one. So I spent about 3 years researching it, and I built the oven. And I was making pizza in the garden. Next thing, my girlfriend, well actually the whole time, throughout that time, my girlfriend's working in New York. She works in fashion, and I'm going out there with her as often as I could, you know? And just like, going to all the old pizza places. I was obsessed, but I'd try and find under the radar places. I'd try crap places, try good places. I'd go to Dafara. I'd walk around the back, and I'd be like, the sons, oh mate, how you doing? Like, the dough. And he let me in the back, and I said to him, so this sauce, right, is it true you cook the sauce? He said, no, we don't cook the sauce. Why is that's a myth, you know? Like, and do you do this? And he was telling me this and that. And next thing, I've gone to Luigi's, met Gio, sat down with him. He's you know, he's just ripped everything I've done apart. But you know, I sat down in his seat with him, and I went to see Paulie G. Well, actually, I didn't. I actually went just to Paulie G's, and he was just there with his family. And he said to me, "Oh, do you want to try some of our pizza? I'm making this. I'm doing that." And he was just so like welcoming. And then he looked at my pizzas, and he was going, "You know, this is amazing what you're doing in a wood fire oven and stuff like that." So
this is just in your garden at this point, yeah?
This is just in the garden. And then lockdown happened, and I'm making pizzas for like the neighbours, friends, and then I was like, oh, I'm making for NHS staff and stuff like that. So also I'm giving them out to people, like I was doing stuff for the community, but also it's like, if I give you it, will you share it? And then, you know, so it started growing and growing, and then I started speaking to this fella online that was doing pizza in a pub in Hammersmith. His name's Carl, yeah? And he was doing it under the radar. He was doing it in a wood fire oven then, and he was probably selling, I don't know, 30 pizzas a night, in the rain, in the snow, in the whatever, you know. And he was doing something unique, and so was I. And then he invited me to his place. He goes, just come down, like during lockdown. And it was a day that it was like the pub was quite busy, but he was making pizza, and then I was like, can I have a go? And I'm making the pizza. I had a go making the pizza with him, and yeah, it was just, and he was so generous. He was like, I've got some nice wine, and we had a good time. And then I was like, right, and I was about to open at a pub. So basically, there's a pub near me. I knocked on every pub door in Watford to see if I could rent a kitchen, and no one. Everyone was like, "Who's this weirdo? Like, just go away." And then one pub, load of hay. Fella answered the door. He goes, "Oh well, yes, my mum's pub." He goes, "Sure, I'll ask her." And about an hour later, I had an email from Julie, and she said, "Yeah, come down. Like, we'll give it a go." So when I had a look at the place, I said, "This place is tiny. It's not going to work." Everyone else said to me, "No, this is amazing. There's a little hatch and everything." And I had ideas of like having a restaurant, a big restaurant at that time.
You've got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah, starting somewhere small is the best thing. Like it is, and so I went and bought an oven, bought a mixer, bought all the bits. And then the whole time I'm documenting on Instagram, telling everyone what I'm doing. I'm from Watford, I know everyone in Watford. My whole family knows everyone in Watford. Like, I was a teacher in Watford. Like, there's not many people I can't walk down the street without saying big things. So everyone was behind me. So the day I opened, I think I'd done like 50 pizzas and they sold out in like minutes. And I was thinking, I know how to make a pizza, but do I know how to do it quick? And I was like, if I can't fail here, I have to. So like, for the first like 2 years, I didn't drop a pizza, I didn't burn a pizza. The only time I started doing things out was when I had the luxury of time and stuff like that. So like people say, "Oh, what were your pizzas like at first? Were they good at first?" And yeah, they were banging. The first pizza I touched was amazing.
Still in the same style you're doing now?
Very similar to the same style. If you look back, it might have. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same size dough ball, maybe a few grams bigger. You have good days and bad days, but yeah, it's the same pizza, same ingredients, same everything. And like I say, it's been the same from day one. There was no way I could fail, if you know what I mean. I couldn't afford to drop a pizza because I'd sold them all. If I drop someone's pizza, there's no more dough. You ain't got a pizza. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's been so like I had that in me to just get it right.
I'll just put it in perspective. How quick are you selling out at the moment?
On a Friday and Saturday, anywhere between 4 minutes and half an hour. On a Thursdays are quite quiet. Like I'll sell out by 6 o'clock. On a Sunday,
6 o'clock.
Yeah, on a Sunday,
because that's 200 pizzas.
200
right?
pizzas. Yeah. If you look at my Instagram, there's videos of me switching the website on and the tickets coming out of the machine, and the whole time I have to tick off the pizzas because I've got 200. When I'm down to like 110, 200 so I've got 10 pizzas left. I shut the website off because they just keep coming and coming and coming, or I might want to save a couple for a walk-in or something. But
you got a big team helping you, right?
No. There's me. There's Bobby who started to learn to make pizza. Who's amazing. He just like picks things up like that, which I'm very lucky. And then I've got Evie and Natalie, who like alternate nights cutting up the pizza, and then now I've got some amazing women that make my dough and my sauce. So I've got some prep chefs now.
Last time we came to see you were like Dr. Octopus in the back there doing about 100 different things at once.
Yeah. So yeah, last time you came.
You're so fast you ran to pizza, thought you were surrounded.
Yeah, last time you came, it was a service day. The shop's not open today, so we're having a pint. We're enjoying ourselves. Let's make some fucking pizza.
Let's go. So everyone, as you may have seen, we have a guest with us today. Very prestigious foodie expert, my good friend Richard Thacker. Hello mate.
Hello Matt.
How are you?
Wicked. Great to be here. Very excited. Jump from one comfort zone to another, wings to pizzas.
Yes.
I love pizzas. In fact, if I wasn't allowed to take wings to the grave, I'd take pizzas to the grave.
Well, I'm gonna probably sign out with this sort of sentiment that I think this is a shop, this is a pizza I think everyone should try before their soul leaves this earth. I think this is one of those places you must visit.
I've heard nothing but incredible things about this place.
Have you had one yet?
I've not had one yet. I am so excited. I can't describe how excited I am.
Well, I think the man is getting ready now. We're nicely lubricated with the Guinness. Let's go and eat some chuffing pizza.
Yeah.
So, what makes Vincenzo's pizza so tasty?
I just make pizza that I want to eat, and that's it. Okay. So this dough, 30-hour dough, combination of room temp, fridge temp. It should be very relaxed. I actually made this dough by hand yesterday because it's such a small amount. Usually 50 kg of dough in the mixer. Looks nice and lively. So the cheese, I've got some low moisture here. and I've got some fior di latte, which is like a creamier, sort of a wetter version. So I like to use like 3 different types. So I use that, I use a Grana Padano, which is a hard Italian hard cheese, and then my sauce, San Marzano's, grown in the foothills of Mount Vesuvius for a minerally sweet taste. Right, so here's the dough. Feels good. Nice and lively. Very relaxed.
Give us the specifics with your dough, is it?
Well, this dough is it's about this anywhere between 62 and 64% hydration, depending on the humidity in the air. But this one, it's very relaxed. I balled it up last night about 9 o'clock at night.
Look at that. It's coming to life.
Look at it. See, it's on the that was on the verge of like, you know, being too relaxed. But that's what I like to work with. That's where you get the results. If you don't,
It's a fine line though, right?
yeah, it's a fine line. Yeah, I mean, there's some people who use dough that's really unrelaxed, underproved, and it's for safety. You know, so they can bang out loads in a small amount of time. I'll do that. Anyway.
I think also the difference in the way that dough moved for you is the difference of like an amateur person making a pizza. It never does that for me when I'm doing it at home.
Yeah, I know where to put it. I know you got to know where to put your hands. That's the thing at the right time. Here we've got a bit of low moisture.
This is absolute artwork, people.
And this here is the fior di latte. We can have little pools of that because they'll melt and spread out.
If you're watching this now, people, do yourself a favour and before you pop your clogs, at some stage in your lifetime, come down here and try this pizza. You're going to see why in a minute.
It's weird putting one pizza in the oven.
Wow. Let's go.
Wow, what a absolute sight. This big
Honestly, I felt this is like spiritual stuff. Oh wow, here we go.
Not too shabby.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Cheers, Barry.
Salute.
First impressions, Reg?
I absolutely love the thickness of the dough. Like the crunch you're getting and the flavour at the bottom is superb. First impressions are, yeah, exceptional. The striping on it, beautiful.
And it should do that a little bit. You know, when it goes right up like that, people love that, and then people, if you make a pizza like that, pizza makers are proud of it. But in my opinion, it normally means the pizza might be a bit dry. I like to see a little bit of juice. Well, a lot of juice, but I want to see crunch, juice.
Also, at that size, it's very difficult to do that. I bet this piece here won't have it.
No, because it's wider cut.
Yeah, it's got more strength.
I'll always cut it into 8, even if I'm being reviewed. I won't be cutting it into 6. That's cheating, if you ask me. Guys, this is Ben. He's a local artist. And have you bought a painting?
Of course I bought
You've
that.
done a painting.
Let's see it. Come on, let's see
Shall I
it.
bring it in? You ready for it?
Yeah, thank you.
What sort of paint is it?
Renaissance. I don't know. It's me looking really tired.
They're all right with nudes on camera, are they? There you go.
Brilliant, mate. That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What can I say?
That's quality.
All right.
Mate, that is amazing.
It's hot off the presses. That varnish went on today.
Honestly, Ben, thank you so
Oh,
much.
mate.
Thank you. Thank you, man. That's amazing. Oh, look at the crust on them. So these meatballs are pork and beef, breadcrumbs soaked in milk, Calabrian chilli, onion, garlic sautéed, a few things, loads of parmesan. Right, so the oven's woke up now, so have I. and the pizza is actually coming out how I want it to come out. So they're the first one I said I didn't like it, you thought it was amazing. This I would say that's a true Vincenzo's looking for a pizza there. Wow. Do you know what I mean? Right, you always go around the edge, because the middle gets a bit anyway.
You remind us of what's on it.
Right, so this is the Vincenzo's tomato sauce, 3 types of mozzarella, grana padano, Hungarian smoked pepperoni, ricchito peppers, basil, and this is what I'm making. Oh god, like this. This is chili honey. Okay, Scotch bonnet infused chili honey.
What are you looking for? Give me one of them.
What I'm looking for a bit of aeration in the crust. Maybe that one there for me. Bit of aeration in the crust.
Hightower over here, look.
Yeah. Something big, something greedy.
There we go. What a slice that is.
Oh, stop.
And that's got loads of toppings on it. You know what I mean?
Go next, Rich.
Well, in that case, if we're okay,
Look at the touch and feel of that.
got this one here because this is topping
I feel
central.
like I've died and gone to heaven. Here we go.
Just
That ain't no normal pizza. That's the one. Wow, that chili I had in my mouth, that kick.
I see what you mean by the oven's now, like it's warmed up, it's ready.
Yeah.
That last one was exceptional, but this, like the way that the crust has
Next
risen.
level.
Yeah, the way the crust has risen.
By default, pizza is good by default when you're making it throughout the night. When you're just doing one, you it doesn't feel natural to a pizza maker. You're better off being rushed.
When you're in the flow,
Yeah.
you've got the
Get in
momentum.
your rhythm.
Yeah.
And what I've learned today about how the pizza holds itself, this one is something else.
Look at the character there. Anyone watching this now that says it's burnt, what are you saying to them?
They're wrong. It's called char. It's char and it's character. You can't taste anything burnt.
Nope.
There's a perfect amount of heat on this, chili-wise. Is that coming from the chilies or from the chili honey?
It's both. Okay. Yeah, both.
It's a nice kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow. You can't taste any char on that. I mean,
There's a balance of sweet and savoury to this pizza.
very much so.
what an amazing slice of pizza that was. That is just... I feel we're so lucky to have you doing this here.
Thank you.
I mean it, honestly.
Well, we're lucky to have you guys representing our scene, the UK food scene, the pizza scene.
This is special gear.
I'll second that. This is special. This is one of the best things I've ever tasted. Like, not
Really?
not just one of the best pizzas I've ever had. I just think it's one of the best things I've ever tasted. This is tremendous.
Don't get me wrong, we've had a special we've been here with him, but there's no denying the flavour in your mouth comes alive, doesn't it? It just dances on your tongue.
So we've got the garlic and herb, loads of dill in it, and this is the Sriracha Ranch.
What
So
would you recommend?
Try that one first and then that. That one's the same except it's got Sriracha in it. Sriracha chili sauce.
Just when you think it couldn't get better.
Okay, here we go.
Secret ingredient, pickle brine.
Pickle brine.
Well,
There you go, people.
so you get that acidity, you get that herbs, you get that pepper, you get whatever's in the pickle. Been sitting in that jar. Is in that.
That's a really nice cross section of your dough there, look. It's a tiny little piece, but you can see the fluffy, light inside with that crispy outside, all in one mouthful. So you, bit of sauce. It breaks down. It comes to life. I'm speechless.
Got some garlic and oregano there. We're gonna make a little sauce.
Sauce, done.
You hungry?
Yeah.
Let's eat some factory meatballs.
Look at the plate too.
This is just a little off-menu item I knocked up for you. I was going to put it in a sandwich, but
With a
couldn't bother. So let's go.
Talk to us about this sauce then.
So this sauce has just got some garlic,
Oh my God.
some oregano, some of my finest tomatoes, and yeah, it's very simple.
And ricotta, yeah?
Wow, they are meaty.
What a simple, yet luxurious mouthful of food that is.
You taste the fennel.
Yeah.
So it's pork and beef, fennel, Calabrian chili.
Yeah, I can taste the fennel. Amazing.
What an incredible plate of food.
What's the Calabrian chili? Tell us more about them. What's the...
So when I went to Naples, I was going in them little salumerias where you get the sandwiches made.
Mm-hmm.
They call it panini, but it's not the panini we eat. You know, like when we went to Da Fonte's,
Yeah.
the big sandwiches. They call them heroes in New York. They call them grinders in New Haven, and they call them I can't remember what they call them in Philly, but over in Italy they call it in Southern Italy they call it panini. It's nothing to do with the panini we have here. But when you go in those places, you order the sandwich. If you know, you know. You say, "Can I have some pepperoncini in it?" And pepperoncini is basically a Calabrian chili paste. And then when I was over there, I just bought loads of it back. And
Big
it's quite
flavour.
hard. Yeah, it's quite hard to get, but I just go to an Italian deli and ask them to get me it. So the Thursday,
You see the character there.
Go on, score the meatballs.
Yeah, has no scores on this one. What an amazing dish. This has probably been one of the highlights of my career today. Could you call it a career? Probably.
Yeah.
Which on me?
Is this work really? Closing remarks?
I think, as I said,
As a first timer, your first experience?
heard a lot about Vincenzo's, about your pizzas, and I knew they were going to be good, but it's raised the bar for me for what I thought was possible on a pizza. That number 2 was sensational.
You know that's wrecked pizzas for you now.
Yeah, it has wrecked pizzas for me now.
Wrecked it.
Yeah.
You just can't go. You can't go to a substandard place now. It's just not the same. It'll taste heavy, oily. It'll taste doughy.
Yeah. Exceptional.
Well, ladies and gents, there we have it. Thank you for joining us for episode number 2. That was truly something special. I said at the beginning of this video we're going to get baptised today, and honestly, eating a pizza of that standard with the man himself felt spiritual. Eating in there honestly felt like eating in this front room. You know, you're being invited in to this cosy, intimate, atmospheric room to chow down the best. You know, it's so exciting to see this food being cooked and produced on our shore, not this mythical, faraway land that you can't get to, untouchable pizza. This is available for you guys there. Absolutely breathtaking. I've loved it. That is one of the best pizzas in the world. Here in Bushy, just outside Watford. Brilliant.